everyone. I wanted to get on here again today to do a short training. If you can do me a favor, if you're actually watching this live, please let me know. Um, Put a like or comment below so I know that I'm out there and being seen. Today's training is on a little different topic. Again, I have notes, and it's when we have a family dynamic that includes one person or multiple people who use their love conditionally. And when it is used to create pain for one or more members of the family. Um, so, if this feels like you, let me know in the comments below. So, I'm hoping to deliver this in a very supportive, compassionate, and empowering way without calling out any specific people in your family. So, some family relationships look really good on the outside, but behind closed doors, the love feels very conditional to all members of the family. One day you're loved, the next day you're ignored. Some of you watching today may know this all too well. The pain of being disowned, dismissed, or constantly compared to other members of your family. This training is for anyone who feels like they're walking on eggshells around someone they love, someone who might be a sibling or a parent or a grandparent, aunt or uncle, anyone in your immediate family. So when love feels like a weapon, survival surviving conditional love in family relationships can be very difficult. So I want to help you recognize this behavior without vilifying the love of that person in your family. Sometimes love isn't is withdrawn for a very unlogical reason. It's withheld as control or punishment. You may feel like you're constantly earning love or proving your worth. It isn't because you're unworthy, it's because their love has conditions. When love is used as a prize you win or a punishment you earn, it creates deep confusion in the rest of the family. You may find yourself constantly second guessing yourself. What did I do wrong? You may even blame yourself for things that you really have no control over. The effects of this are chronic self doubt, difficulty trusting others, feeling unworthy or unloved or unlovable, and being emotionally loyal to someone who hurts you constantly, and feeling guilty for setting boundaries with this person as well. So, grief, there's there's grief in realizing that someone you love can't love you in a very healthy way. Sometimes they do, and sometimes something just takes over and you don't know what happened, and all of a sudden you're the outcast. You're labeled the black sheep. You're not as good as your partner, or you're not as good as your sibling, or I can't love you all at the same time because you're not doing enough for me. It means you're acknowledging the harm and the love at the same time. I hope that makes sense. This is ambiguous grief. Mourning what you never fully understand. That you're sad even when you're happy because you're waiting for the next time that your person gets angry with you or shuns you or does not invite you to a holiday. And then there's guilt and obligation. This person could be your sister, your brother, your mom, your dad, and you love them, so you can't just walk away. So there's guilt in the obligations that you have as well to your family. You have fantasies of who you wish they were or who you wish they could be. And the trauma bond, how the cycle of harm and apology keep people attached to each other. There's trauma, and I still love you, so I'm really, really sorry that I got so angry with you yesterday. Now you're my favorite, and I need you to come over and mow my lawn. Or now I love you, and I want to talk to you because I'm really mad at your dad. Just little examples. If you're going, if going no contact is not an option, and many times it's not an option for you because they are your family. We need tools to protect ourself, our life, our inner peace while staying connected. And you deserve to feel safe, even in an unsafe relationship. Emotional detachment, stay kind, but don't get pulled in. The gray rock technique, don't give a reaction to baiting or manipulation. Stay neutral. And setting micro boundaries, even small limits. How long they stay, how long a topic is discussed, all of these things matter. And validate yourself. They may never see your pain. That doesn't make your pain any less. And sibling solidarity. If this is happening within your family, stay connected to your siblings. Don't let triangulation destroy your bond with your siblings. That's very important. Stand a united front against anyone who may be doing this to you if you have siblings or a partner that someone may be doing this to. And try to reclaim your inner peace. You are not the problem. You didn't cause this dynamic. You can't fix him or her, but you can choose to stop blaming yourself for it. Stop jumping through hoops for your person and start building the peace that you deserve. Even if they never change, you still can. You are allowed to love them while protecting yourself. Healing doesn't require their validation. It starts with your own validation. You are worthy. You are whole. You can be strong. You are strong. You've made it this far. You are strong. So, when love feels like a weapon, how to survive and heal from conditional family love. Again, welcome in today. Today we're going to talk about something very tender, a little deeper here as I go into the training. Something many people experience, but no one ever speaks out loud. What do you do when the person who's supposed to love you the most only loves you on their terms? Maybe you know the pain of being constantly disowned, emotionally iced out, compared to your siblings, or made to feel like you have to earn a place in your family. And maybe you've tried to cut ties with this person, but the truth is, it may be your dad, it may be your mom, your sister. You love them. You love them deeply, but you still want to be seen. This training isn't about blaming, it's about surviving. It's about clarity and healing when it comes to love with conditions. So, what conditional love actually looks like? Let's be honest. Sometimes when love doesn't feel like love anymore, it feels like it's a big performance. Like you're walking on eggshells. Like you're only being valued if you're struggling or being ignored when you're doing well. If you don't feel like you're providing what you need to within your family dynamic because you're not as successful as someone else, and or you're outright blamed because something went wrong in the family. Examples may be hearing from a loved one, "You're dead to me," or they act like nothing happened later. It might feel like always picking a favorite child and shifting that based on who's pleasing them today. Why can't you be more like your brother? Why can't you be more like your sister? Your dad said blank. Only calling you if they want something, never just to check on you. And getting upset when you're doing well, almost as though the one who's supposed to love you most is jealous of what you have, or what you have become, or the relationship you have. Like your success really threatens them. This is not love. This is control disguised as connection. Why it hurts you so deeply? If this is your parent, the one who's supposed to protect you and cherish you, guide you, instead makes you feel erased or compared, or like nothing you ever do seems to feel like enough. The grief of not getting the love that you deserve can be so deep. This pattern creates a constant loop of guilt and shame within you, but not in them. And why it's so hard to walk away, even when you're hurt. They're still your family. They're always going to be your family. They say we can't choose our family, and this is very true. Sometimes we need to connect to others and make them our chosen family in order to make it through the times like this when our given family is not allowing us to be seen within the family unit. There's a trauma bond. Feeling loyal to someone who keeps hurting you. They are your family. You are bonded to them. They are special to you, no matter how they treat you. And sibling triangulation. How toxic parents can divide children just to stay in control. And here's what I want you to hear. You're not crazy. You're not alone. This is emotional abuse. It's manipulative and it's deeply damaging, but it's not your fault. Many times we choose just to walk away, and we do find ourselves sad and feeling that ambiguous guilt because they are still our family. We want that relationship. We want to come back, and eventually we will when we're accepted again by our family member. Maybe they grew up in a family like this as well. However, it doesn't justify what happens in your world every time this happens. This is not your fault. Now, if you walk away from this person, you know it's really not an option to stay away. So let's talk about how to stay in contact without being consumed. A few survival tools. Name your pattern silently in your head. When you notice the same cycle starting, say to yourself, this is the disown control cycle again coming. I see it. Name it and diffuse it. Diffuse it in your mind. Walk away temporarily and say, I'm not going to allow this to happen again. I need a break. And eventually, hopefully, that parent or sibling or aunt or uncle will come back. Maybe they'll begin to notice if you stomp it out as soon as it starts. Then there's that gray rock. Don't give emotional reactions. Stay neutral and boring when they try to bait you. You no longer need to entertain their behavior. Set micro boundaries, time limits on visits. Leave the room during emotional outbursts. Just walk away at that time. Changing the subject when triangulation starts, and protecting your sibling relationships on purpose. They are your siblings. You all deserve a relationship with one another, no matter what that other person is doing. Practice self-validation. Their approval is not your compass anymore. Your approval is your compass. You get to validate your own goodness and your own growth. Just by watching this video right now, you're growing. You're allowing yourself a moment to realize that you have inner strength. And inner circle safety. Surround yourself with people who mirror your truth, even if your family does not. There are many people out there who mirror your truth, who know you're a beautiful person, who know you're smart and you're worthy of love, and are there to support you unconditionally, no matter what. They are there to support you. Some of you are crying out right now, and I want you to know you're not weak for living for love. You're not weak for loving them. Sorry. You are not weak for loving them. You're not weak for living in the life you do. They are your family. You're human. And you're allowed to both love someone and to protect yourself from them at the same time. It's not betrayal. It's self-respect. So let them feel seen in their pain, validated in their confusion. You're allowed to grieve. You're empowered to take a step forward. Allow yourself that power. So, how to recognize the hidden harm in family dynamics? If it's emotional withdrawal or punishment, it may look like instead of saying, I'm upset with you, they just go cold. They stop calling. They stop responding to texts. You feel like you're being ghosted, but only by your own parent or your own aunt or uncle or sibling. For example, your mom doesn't like the choices you made. Maybe you didn't come to a family event that you were expected to be at, or you just disagree with her. Instead of talking about it, she goes silent for days, weeks, sometimes even months, with no explanation, just silence and punishment, because you didn't do what was expected of you. What do? Name it privately. It isn't about a conversation. It's about control. Resist chasing them. Sorry, I need a drink. Resist chasing them. Don't beg for their attention or approval. That only reinforces this cycle. Reach out with neutral compassion once. I'm here when you're ready to talk. I'd rather connect than disconnect with you. But I won't chase you. And then step back. Let it be. Put the ball in their court. So maybe in your family, you have a parent that is playing children against one another. And again, this is a real grief. So I call it the golden child versus the scapegoat. What does it look like? One child is the favorite, or often praised, defended, and upheld, while another is constantly blamed or criticized. These roles are assigned by your parent and can change to keep the power in balance going. So maybe this week you're the golden child because you got a promotion at work, or because you baked a great pie and brought it to dinner last Sunday, while your brother didn't even show up. But next week, maybe you're busy and you can't show up, and your brother does. The dynamic can switch, and the parent switches the dynamic to suit their own needs. So maybe an example is your mom praises your brother for everything, even things that he doesn't even do. Meanwhile, you're the blame in the family for the blame in the family conflict. You're labeled too sensitive or the problem child. She tells your brothers things that she won't tell you. Then she tells you you're lucky to even be included at all. Those things hurt. What you need to do, refuse to compete. Don't compete with your siblings. Don't try to win love. That's the trap. Name the pattern, silently or with a therapist or a coach. She's keeping us in these roles just to control us. Strengthen your sibling bonds outside of her influences. We don't have to let her drive a wedge between all of us. We are siblings and we have a common bond. One sibling is always in the doghouse. My family had this little thing, and I wish I had it here with me right now. It said on top, the family doghouse, and there were like 5 little spots. I had a brother and a sister, and my parents, so there were 5 little dogs on there, and there's a tag on each one of them that was our name. So whoever was the one that we thought should be in the doghouse, we'd clip on this little board in the doghouse, and it always hung in our laundry room. And it always was something that was fun we had there, and like, oh, my brother Dave, you're in the doghouse, ha ha ha. And it was just, it was a big joke in my family. But many times this is reality for people. So if one of the siblings is always put in the family doghouse and all of the siblings want to stick mom or dad in the doghouse, do it. Stick them in there. Talk about it with your siblings. You all have the same thing going on in your world. Maybe not to the same degree, but if it's your parent, they're doing it to all of you all the time. Because they want to be the one in control. They want to be the one to hurt so they can be the one to help as well. So there may be one child who's always excluded, punished, gossiped about, or even made an example of. It rotates. It keeps everyone off balance and keeps that person steady, in balance. Every family gathering involves whispers about what your sister did. It's time she's probably uninvited from things. She's the topic of every problem. And then one day it's you. You're the bad one. Then it might be your other sister who's the bad apple. Until the cycle completely resets itself again and we start back at the beginning. Step out of this narrative. Don't participate in the gossip and don't be the scapegoat. Validate the doghouse sibling directly. You know how this feels. I've been there. Let your sibling know that. Recognize these patterns. Recognize the pattern is about control, not truth. This dynamic protects the parent's ego, not the family's well-being. You're not here to protect your parent. You are a child of this family. Shifting the blame and guilt tripping. What this might look like? You express hurt or set a boundary, and they flip it on you. Suddenly you're the villain because you won't participate in the family argument. They cry, they accuse, they say you've hurt them simply by standing up for yourself. You have every right to stand up for yourself, stand up for your feelings, and stand up to whoever is pushing their narrative on you. Maybe you tell your mom you need some space because her comments are very hurtful. And she responds, after all I've done for you, this is how you treat me? You're so ungrateful. I guess I'm just the worst mother ever. So what do? Stay calm. Don't defend. Redirect. This isn't about blame. It's about how you feel. And you're being honest. These are my feelings. This is how I feel about the situation. I'm not saying anything about you. Set the tone, not the trap. Don't try to prove your innocence. Just hold your boundaries. Leave the conversation if needed. I'll talk to you when we've both had time to calm down and we can both be respectful. So the unpredictability of being in or out, what this might look like for you. You never know where you stand. One day you're the favorite, the next you're ignored or under attack. It keeps you chasing stability in your family, and it just gives them power. Examples of this: she calls you out of the blue because you did something wrong, and the next day she calls you with love and affection and acts like nothing ever happened. Next week, you're not invited to a holiday and she blocks you on Facebook with no explanation. It's hot or it's cold. It's never neutral. What should you do? Don't take the bait, good or bad. If today is love bombing, accept it without expecting it to last. Stop seeking consistency from someone who isn't consistent with themselves. Create your own control. You're in control of how you react to other people. Use your own emotional anchor. Ground your worth in yourself, not in their approval. You are worthy. You are wonderful. And you are you. And it's not up to anyone else to judge who you are or who you should be. So if any of this helped a little bit, please let me know in the comments below. If this training hits close to home for you, if you're hurting or confused or even just exhausted within your own family, I want to invite you to reach out to me. Either book a call or we'll just have a private conversation in Messenger. No pressure, just a space where you can tell your story and know that you're being heard. I offer what I call a clarity call. It's 45 minutes to an hour. You can share your story, and if I think I can help, I'll tell you what it might look like for us to work together. If not, I will point you in a direction that will. You don't have to do this alone. You're not broken. You're just surviving a very, very confusing kind of pain. So let's talk about it. Reach out. Drop a note in the comments below. Write the word clarity if you'd like to set up a time to talk. Your worth was never up for debate. Not even if your own family tells you it is, or if your family tells you otherwise. Let's rise together, not from blame, but from truth. So I want to end this training with the Phoenix Pledge that I do when I do my regular trainings monthly in my master classes. Our hand on our heart. I honor my grief, but I will not be bound by it. I choose to rise, to heal, and to reclaim my life. My past has shaped me, but it will not define me. Today, I step forward with courage, embrace the journey ahead with hope, resilience, and love. I am worthy of joy. And I create a future that honors both loss and growth. Like the phoenix, I will rise. I hope this awakened something in you, and I hope it gave you even a little piece of hope and shows you a little glimmer of what things can be and helped you to set boundaries within your own family. I am here. Please reach out and let me know if there's other topics you would like me to do a training on. This happens to be one that someone reached out to me a while back and mentioned that, grief doesn't have to mean you lost somebody. It can mean you lose somebody over and over and over again because they are in your immediate family. So today you've lost them, but tomorrow they're going to love you. Conditional love is really, really hard to live with. But if you can't change them and they don't want to change, you need to help yourself to come up with some coping strategies. And I hope a few of them were learned today. You can make it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.